Have you ever been involved in a situation where you did everything right and just towards the end, something happened and then nobody remembers everything you did right? As a human being, you don't remember the whole experience. You remember 2 points and 2 moments only. The most intense point, which we call the peak, and then you remember how it was resolved, the ending. Those 2 snapshots become your memory of the entire thing, and whoever understands this controls how they are remembered, whether in business or in love. My name is Dr. Carly Cousins, Africa's premium high-performance thinking and strategic execution expert. This is bias number 60 of our 225 bias series. It's called Pick and Rule. Pick and Rule is the tendency to judge an entire experience based on just 2 points, the peak and the end. And most times, this judgment will not remember every other thing in between, or it won't even take the average. It will just take the end and the peak. Now, this was expatiated by the behavioral economics, the Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman. He demonstrated this powerfully, that our memory doesn't record experiences in full. It stores the peak and the ending and let those 2 moments represent every other thing. Now, the duration is not as important. What matters is what the mind can pick. And that peak and the finish, it has some parameters which is outside our scope today. But if you're an intentional person, you will always engineer the 2, the peak and the ending. Now, in business and in relationship, you can always see it happen every time. In business, a client works with a service provider and everything was good for 6 months, 1 year. Everything was done right. But the project ended with a rush, disorganized handover. Now, that ending contaminates the entire memory. And the client's overall thinking of this service provider is negative, in spite of the 12 months of powerful service. Now, you see another service business, consultant who ensures that everything was done not so well, but, was able to engineer that the ending will give the applause. Yeah, even if any other part was not as good, the ending gave the applause. And you can already see he is rated higher. The same in relationship. A wonderful day together with a spouse, with a relative, in a date. As far as there's a not well engineered ending, you allow quarrel to come at the end or something, it just ruins the whole thing. Now, how you end interactions matters disproportionately. So end conversations, dates and discussions, end them at the peak. Very important. Now, there are 3 things I can suggest to you on how to always make sure that you run away from this. Number 1, engineer your peaks deliberately. Be intentional in every client experience, every relationship, every presentation, every talk, every event. Build in very genuine high points. Yes, that will anchor the memory and then the finishing. Number 2, finish strong always. End meetings, projects, conversation, talks, everything, relationship, negotiation, experiences on deliberate positive note. The final moment will always carry the outsized weight. And number 3, repair endings in relationship. Never let interactions end badly if you can help it. A warm close can redeem a difficult conversation. So, unless you want to close the door, you don't want to give access again. So you end it in such a way that the person will never come back. People will never remember the whole experience. They will remember only 2, the peak and the end. Now, you need to design both deliberately and intentionally. Give them a high point, give them a peak, and always finish well, giving them a memorable, pleasurable ending. Now, master the peak and master the ending, and you master people's memory. You need to share this with anybody and every businessman, everybody in relationship, every negotiator, every speaker, every leader who wants to be remembered well. When was the last time you fed the mind that makes this money?